That's my brother. We're beyond friends. Really, like literally, my little brother is Kanye. And like your little brother, things happen sometimes.
So at one point, Jay Z ended up shooting his brother.
Right.
And you guys knew each other at that time.
Yeah. And it was my gun. And so
it was your gun.
Yeah.
Kanye West first started out as a producer on a track for Beanie's Eagle, a signee to Jay Z's Rockefeller Records. Then label boss Damon Dash was impressed with the young Chicagoan's flair for beat making. He penciled him in for Jay's next project. Their early days were marked by all-night studio sessions, where they would play beats and lay down rhymes until exhaustion kicked in. One of their very first big successes came when Jay started to assemble his influential album The Blueprint. And from there Kanye started to show his rap prowess in numerous places.
Kanye West, you ready to go? Come on, step up with that Shot-Town flow.
Yo, we going to mass today, we have to pray. These is whacking A, I have to say. Since Pac passed away, most of these don't even deserve a track from me. Don't even deserve a track from me. Don't deserve a track from me.
He begged Jay Z if he could spit some bars, but this was his response. We all grew up street guys who had to do whatever we had to do to get by. Then there's Kanye, who to my knowledge has never hustled a day in his life. I didn't see how it could work, said Jay Z in a Times Magazine interview. We all know Jay Z had a history of selling illegal substances.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
But we tend to forget what actually happens on the street and how that changes you permanently. You can go to rehabilitation for putting illegal substances up your nostrils and hopefully get help. But you get incarcerated once you are caught selling those same things. But that has never happened to Jay. He has avoided jail so well that it kind of reminds me of a certain person. Jay is very calculative and moves dangerously. He literally says he has shooters on many songs. Creatively it's inspiring, but I'm starting to think that's true. When you are in the recreational nose powder business, it's pretty cutthroat. You start off as a corner boy, then progress and become a shot caller, and going by the gang violence statistics, you can't really be polite in that industry, you gotta be cutthroat. So what do you think such a person would do to a producer who becomes a better artist than you? I'm not sure if you have landed on that street on TikTok where an ex-bodyguard of Jay and Beyonce's has been spilling all the tea?
Nobody knows, but I'll say it, man. Yeah, Beyonce's on drugs. She been on them for a long time, and you keep her that way.
Sometimes it's overwhelming. Why they gotta give me my talent, my gift, my family? But I know you're not supposed to question God.
And we all know what Jay Z calls himself. It is messy down there. Well, a lot of the videos have already been taken down, and as for why? Your guess is as good as mine, but don't worry, I was still able to capture a photo that was not scrubbed off the internet. The man, who goes by the name Uncle Ron, he was a bodyguard for multiple celebrities, Puff Daddy included, and while it's not clear whether he's telling the truth about his relationship with Beyonce and Jay, I located an image online that shows a man resembling Uncle Ron appearing to serve as Beyonce's bodyguard. Uncle Ron has actually made a couple of allegations against Jay and B, including that they worked behind the scenes to destroy the career of fellow R&B artist Carrie Hilson. Remember Carrie? After Carrie said something about Beyonce's and Jay's relationship, saying that it is merely a business relationship, and not a romantic one. She dropped the bombshell that Jay had been forcefully giving her recreational substances, and controlling Beyonce for years. That was the end of her career. After that, she was cancelled. We've not heard much of Carrie since then, so, if it was only Uncle Ron making the allegations that Beyonce has been on illegal substances, then maybe I would say that there's a great chance that Uncle Ron is not telling the truth. But the thing is, he's not the only one who said it. Jaguar Wright has a lot of accusations against Jay Z. But the Beyonce one isn't even the most shocking. Listen to what she has to say about Big L.
I'ma tell everybody about Big L, Sean.
Big L?
I would just rather do it on the stand, Sean. Please sue me. I want to go to court. I'm going to admit something right here on AT2 channel that I've never admitted before. People think I'm a snitch. The truth is I'm the best secret keeper in the world. I keep secrets even what I'm about to say my husband don't know.
You can search for that video after you finish this one, because we are afraid if we publish it, our channel will be taken down. I'm not saying Jaguar is telling the truth, but she keeps on saying the exact same thing. And we all know a broke clock is right twice a day. Uncle Ron has videos of him accusing of the usual occultism, ordering the killing of several superstars and derailing the careers of some also. I mean, there are only so many lies you can tell about someone before people start to wonder and put two and two together. All I can say is that, even if it's not about the illegal substances, a lot of people still think that Jay is certainly controlling Beyonce. Like this one person on Twitter wrote that Jay Z is a gatekeeper in the industry, who has a lot of pull from different publications, to streaming companies, to judges, to lawyers, etc. This man can stop Beyonce's career if she ever tried to divorce him. So let's not play dumb. If he says jump, ooh, you better. Or you'll be packed up. And never be a biggie deal. So let me break down a couple of those things that make their marriage questionable. For starters, in 2008 Beyonce revealed that she was 18 years old when she met Jay Z, noting that they started dating a year later when she was 19. But she's allegedly been playing with her age like African soccer stars do. Check out this clip of Jaguar Wright saying otherwise.
Is she lying? Is Beyonce lying about her age?
Ask Gabrielle Union, they went to school together.
Gabrielle Union was in her mid-40s.
Like I said, ask Gabrielle Union, they went to school together.
Besides that, a lot of people believe that Jay Z possibly started hitting on Beyonce much earlier, but she couldn't say that to the press, of course. Then there have been the endless cheating allegations that go all the way back to 2005. At the time there were rumors that Jay Z cheated on Beyonce with Rihanna, and in 2010 the streets started saying that Jay Z had hooked up with an adult film star Jasmine Cashmere. A few months later Jasmine's friends were spreading the news of a pregnancy and saying that Jay Z was the father. But Jasmine took to Twitter to deny the accusation, saying, "No, I am not pregnant by Jay Z or any rapper from New York." Jay also made a public statement as well, saying that he and Jasmine had never even crossed paths, but interestingly enough a friend tipped off tabloids that Jay had paid Jasmine $2.5 million to disappear, and she spontaneously bought a new house around the same time. Of course, the cheating allegations were eventually confirmed by both Jay Z and Beyonce. And to date some people still don't understand how Beyonce stayed. And according to them it's probably because she has no choice. And get this, a close family friend tipped off the press, back in 2016, and said that Beyonce is a workaholic who pushes her kids off on a nanny when she wants to smoke some green herb, which is often. And that Jay Z is a raging alcoholic. Beyonce is scared of him because he can physically harm her. This is so hard for a lot of people to believe. Because Jay actually has a history of not having his anger under control. For instance, back in 1999. Jay Z was hanging out in the club for Q-Tip's release party, when he had an argument with producer Lance Rivera, and things escalated pretty quickly and Jay Z pulled out an 8-inch knife and stabbed the man. Then his bodyguards proceeded to beat the producer with champagne bottles until the cops were called. Now at the time Jay pleaded guilty and was bailed out at $50,000 and spent 3 years on probation. So according to some people, Jay Z low-key still has anger issues and is scared of that. And you can't tell me you don't see how the entire marriage just looks like a business transaction. Even Akon once said that Beyonce and Jay Z have always presented their relationship to the public as more of a business than a real relationship. Adding that famous people need to be open with their fans about their relationships, but not too open. As in the case of Will and Jada Smith. We didn't really need to know an old woman lay with her son's friend and interviewed her husband to ask how that made him feel.
That's wild, dog. Why would you even do that?
Nah, why would you do that?
Yeah.
I mean, your ex or your woman cheats on you and then talks to you about the cheating that she did, her betrayal, onto you.
Or else they invite the kind of speculation that have always surrounded Jay Z and Beyonce's relationship, that it has been more of a business than romantic. Married with benefits. Jay Z knows Kanye West has a pure heart and is not as corruptible as him. He's jealous of the fact that Kanye can speak freely. Probably also because he isn't haunted by all the ghosts he has created. All the people he had to put down for him to be where he is. Kanye is a creative, and only really needed him to introduce him to the right people. And not control him to the point where he has to rant about him at a packed show.
We are all great people. We are all equal. But sometimes we be playing the politics too much and forgetting who we are.
And they wanted to medicate me every day. You realize, like, they could have just switched to medication and I wouldn't be here. And on the news, they would have said it was because of a mental issue, right?
Yeah.
I ain't never been back to the hospital since 2015.
Why didn't Jay Z help out Kanye when was in debt? Better yet, why didn't he attend Kanye's wedding? What kind of big brother would do that?